Hi, I'm Alexis Norman, CEO and co-founder of Greenly. Why and how did I get into this business of carbon accounting and management? Well, really, it's quite simple. Obviously, I've always been extremely concerned about climate change. My parents, my mom is an environmental lawyer. My dad is a diplomat and has been speaking about policy issues ever since I was a kid. But from a career perspective, I've spent a lot of time in the tech industry and specifically the the health tracking industry. And so when time became right for me to start a company, I wanted to apply this tech expertise that I had built up throughout the years to really make a difference when it came to climate change. So along with my co-founders who had a deeper engineering background than I did, we thought we could really apply this principle of tracking to carbon footprint with really a tech perspective, much in the way that we had done it for tracking health. It's really impossible to improve a situation without first measuring it. And as such, the best way to reduce your weight is to step on the scale every day, and that's something I actually worked on. But when it comes to carbon footprint, we felt that no such automated mechanism existed. So about 3 years ago, with our co-founders, we decided to create a company to do just that. And when it comes to public policy, if you think about the objectives that we have here, which is to reduce emissions, we'll think of it this way: we need to get to net zero by 2050. We need emissions to be reduced by 50% by 2030 if we want to keep to that target, that extremely hard target of keeping temperature increase below the 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold. But in order to reduce our emissions, we need to track them, right? And currently today, only about 20% of emissions are being tracked and managed. So the only way to go about fulfilling this, huge imperative that humanity as a whole has is to scale the measurement part, to scale the carbon accounting part massively. And from my previous experience in tech, what we found out is if you want people to measure things at scale, well, you need to make it as easy, as intuitive as possible. So that's really the core mission of Greenly. Now, having said this, what do we do in practice? So we first started out with an app, right, that syncs to your bank account and that takes every single payment that you make and transforms it to what we call monetary emission factors into an estimate of your emissions. But we quickly realized that doing it for individuals was great, but there wasn't as much of an opportunity for reducing emissions for impact and also a business opportunity as we needed it to be. So we pivoted about 6 to 8 months into the business to address SMBs, small and medium-sized businesses, to really help them automate carbon footprinting, and we connected to their accounting software. And of course, carbon accounting is a complex topic, so we had to we had to make our SaaS much more complete, much more complex. So we started to integrate with anything that we could: cloud computing software, analytics, logistics, HR, information systems, expense reports, and so on and so forth, to really make the whole process of carbon accounting and management as easy and intuitive as possible. And now, of course, 3 years down the line, we have 700 customers, about 10 million tons of CO2 under management. We're putting everyone on a path to reduction. There's still a massive amount of work to do, but we may be at the end of the beginning. So that's how we got into business, and that's what we need to keep doing. Thank you very much.